Do you want to know 4 ways to make a narcissist lose their minds? By the end of this video, you're going to have 4 ways to turn the tables on them the way they normally do to you. Hi, I'm Rebecca Zung. I'm an attorney, I'm an author, I am a narcissist negotiation expert. If you're looking for real guidance, tips, and tricks on how to make narcissists panic, lose their mind, how to turn the tables on them in negotiations, then make sure that you subscribe to this channel and you hit that notification bell. All right, so let's talk about what's going on when you're dealing with narcissists. I mean, most of the time, they are making you lose your mind, right? I mean, they love it. They thrive on it. It gives them narcissistic supply, which is their lifeblood, their food, their oxygen, what they live on. They live for that. They literally get off on trying to make you lose your mind. And so, how can you possibly turn it around against them? Well, one of the things you need to remember is that you got to think about who it is that you're dealing with over here. I mean, this is a person who has no inner sense of value. They get suck all of their value from the external world. And most of the time, that value is going to come from either adulation or compliments or doing things for them, or they're going to turn around and get it from you in the form of, devaluing you, putting you down, making you feel bad, trying to control you, all of those kinds of things. They get supply from that as well. So it's going to be one or the other. But the only reason why you're in their space, that they even give you the time of day, is because you are giving them some source of supply. That's why they want to keep you around. So knowing that, remember that you hold all the cards. You're the one who is giving them that supply source. It's like the oxygen that we need to breathe really has all the leverage over us because we need it to breathe. And so, you kind of forget sometimes that you are actually that oxygen to the narcissist. So it's pretty easy to make them go crazy and drive them absolutely nuts if you think about it in terms of what supply is it that you are giving to them. So the object of this whole game here is for you to figure out a way to no longer be a good host, a good source of supply, a good source of nutrition for them. All right. Because they're going to have to then go slither on down the road and go look for it somewhere else. Remember that they want to feel, powerful. So they're doing whatever they can to make sure that you see them as being powerful. So one of the ways that you can completely make them go crazy is to stop giving them adulation. Stop giving them, oh, you're so wonderful, you're so great, that sort of thing. Now, I will tell you, one of the ways that I do tell you to kind of get what you want from a narcissist is to sparingly use this adulation, sparingly use their need for being complimented to get them to do some things that you want them to do. And I call that bartering. So, you can use it to ethically manipulate the manipulator sometimes. But number one is to just stop giving them that adulation. They will absolutely go crazy if you do that. Number two is to stop doing the things that you're doing that are giving them narcissistic supply. So if you are in business with a narcissist, for example, I've talked to people who are business partners with narcissists, and they end up doing all of the work. They end up basically doing like 95% of everything. And then the narcissist sits around and tries to take all the credit and you're making them look good, right? So if you take away that and you stop doing those things for them, that'll make them go bananas. And another thing that you can do is like stop being at their beck and call, stop being that supply source for them. So that's number two, which is just stop doing any of the things that are giving them narcissistic supply. If you want to know more about what supply is specifically, I do have a video specifically that just explains all about narcissistic supply. So I definitely recommend that you check that out. Okay, so there are a million other ways that you can torture them, but let's just go through at least two more. One of them is pointing out their insecurities and flaws. Like, you don't want to have to do that, but if you kind of point out their little flaws and you kind of give them a little bit of a taste of their own medicine, they cannot stand it. Any perceived slight, they absolutely go crazy. And if they think that you're even talking to them with some kind of a tone, I always say they hear tones like dogs hear whistles. They cannot stand it. They don't want a taste of their own medicine. They like to dish it out, but they definitely cannot take it. So that's definitely number three, is pointing out any kind of flaw or insecurity or issue that there may be with them. And, if you are like so ready to torture them and give them a taste of their own medicine, give me a torture them in the comments below. All right. So, next and last for this video is definitely one of the easiest and best ways for you to mess with them, but it's in the long run so much better for you, is to remove yourself from their lives. Just basically, you're not in this game anymore. You're not playing. They can play by themselves from now on, or go find somebody else to play this game with, but you're not in it anymore. And it will definitely, especially drive them absolutely crazy if they didn't see it coming. But I do recommend, if you are in a romantic type of a relationship with a narcissist, to make sure you have a plan. Don't let them know ahead of time. Definitely have a plan. Know where you're going to be, know how you're going to get there, know how much money you're going to need when you're there. If you have children together, make sure that you have some kind of a parenting plan in place. Make sure that it's in writing, all of those kinds of things. And until you get to that point, when you're ready to pull the trigger on making that happen, you will want to do everything you can to make them believe that everything is copacetic, business as usual. Don't let on what's going on. Don't give them a heads up. Don't try to talk to them about it, because they're seeing this loss of supply that's going to be walking out the door, and they're going to do whatever they can to shut that down and make sure that you aren't able to get out. So don't give them a heads up on it. Just do what you need to do. And then when you walk out, do not look back. And if it's in a business relationship, do the same thing. I've had to do it myself. I've had to wipe people from the CPU of my life so that it's like they didn't even ever exist. That is the best way to be free. There's always going to be toxic people coming in and out of your life. You just have to learn how to be okay with that and let them go. Don't look for revenge, by the way. I had a conversation with somebody recently where they just wanted to look for revenge, and they really believed that that was what was going to help them get over their trauma, was getting revenge on this person. And I told her that the only way she's really going to get revenge is to take that supply source away from the narcissist, put it aside, let it go, move on, break free. Don't worry about hurting the narcissist. That'll get taken care of in some way, one way or another, but you don't need to worry about that yourself. Right. And if you are negotiating with a narcissist, grab my free Crush My Negotiation prep worksheet at winmynegotiation.com. Join my free private Facebook group at Narcissist Negotiators with Rebecca Zung. And if you like this video, give it a like, give it a share, drop me that comment, and let me know what other ways you've seen to drive them absolutely crazy. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, now's a good time to do that. Subscribe and hit the notification bell. I'm Rebecca Zung. I am so glad that you stopped by. Remember, today is a great day to start negotiating your best life, and I will see you in the next video.